African leaders helping to mediate in the Ukraine war met Russian President Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg on Saturday. The delegation aims to bring warring sides to the negotiating table, despite both of them playing down the possibility. Many African countries have been impacted by the Ukraine war well into the second year, in particular with grain pricing soaring. A statement released by the office of the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa confirmed his arrival in St. Petersburg alongside the leaders of Zambia, the Comoros, Congo, Brazzaville, and also Egypt, including Senegal and Uganda. The delegation is seeking a road to peace to the 16-month-long conflict between Ukraine and Russia, which has caused devastating economic impact, loss of life, and also global instability, the statement also read. The leaders visited Kyiv on Friday to meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. Moving ahead, the delegation voiced concerns that the continent of Africa was suffering under a prolonged conflict, with Ramaphosa insisting to Zelenskyy that there should be peace through negotiation. But Zelenskyy rebutted efforts to bring Kyiv to the negotiating table immediately and ruled out any peace negotiation with Russia until Moscow troops withdraw from his country's territory. Today, I have clearly said repeatedly at our meeting that to allow any negotiation with Russia now that the occupier is on our land means to freeze the war, to freeze pain and suffering, he told journalists in a press conference after the meeting. Ramaphosa's office has previously described the peace initiative as the first time that Africa is united behind the resolution of a conflict outside of our continent, and where you have a group of African leaders of states and governments traveling together in an attempt to find a path to peace to this conflict. Western nations have criticized some African countries for not condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine and conspicuously stayed away from the votes denouncing the invasion. Meanwhile, South Africa's Ramaphosa has been clear that he will not take sides in a contest between global powers and that he is pushing for a negotiated end to this particular conflict. Let's listen to what's happening and how this is playing in the continent, listening to SABC, the South African television station.
A quest led by the African-led delegation to leaders of Ukraine and Russia end the 16-month-long war. This time, leaders of the Africa Peace Mission tabled their proposals to Russian President Vladimir Putin, as they did to his counterparts in Ukraine. Amongst them are the free passage of humanitarian aid, exchange of prisoners of war, opening of channels for the export of grain through the Black Sea, and the need to guarantee the security of all countries.
Our proposals are not in competition with the other proposals that have been put forward. The second point that we would like to raise, a key element of our broad proposals, is that we do firmly believe that this war must be settled, and it must be settled through negotiations and through diplomatic means. The war cannot go on forever. All wars have to be settled and come to an end at some stage. And we are here to communicate a very clear message that we would like this war to be ended.
Ramaphosa further believes that this historic initiative could lay a foundation for a peaceful resolution.
With the greatest respect to both countries, respecting the positions that they have put forward, but also believing that there is a common position that can emerge, a position that can lead to peace. A number of proposals that have been put forward, we believe, lay a foundation for a peace to be found. And this is precisely what we would like to explore, so that all of us together can contribute to bringing this war to an end.
Meanwhile, in his response, Putin says they have never rejected negotiations with Ukraine.
They rejected that. Where are the guarantees that they will not reject any other agreements that we might make? Even in these conditions, we have never rejected the idea of negotiating with them. It wasn't us, it was the leadership of Ukraine who said they would not negotiate with us. Moreover, the acting president of Ukraine signed a decree prohibiting to negotiate with Russia. I fully understand your concerns. I sympathize with them, and we are ready to consider all of your proposals, but we have never rejected the idea of negotiations. It was Ukraine who did it.
Putin further told the delegation that the crisis on the international food market is not a consequence of the war, but rather caused by the Western countries' monopolistic tendencies. Natasha Piri, SABC News.
Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we've informed you with regards to the current situation in Moscow. Hopefully that Ukraine and Russia can figure out how to work out some peace. African leaders are putting in their own effort and to see how things can come to normal, to also support and help the global economy running back again to steam. Hopefully that the leaders from the continent of Africa can return safely to their own destinations, and Ukraine and Russia can find a resolution on this issue. If you are new to this channel, we encourage you to check some of our informative videos. We are looking forward to meeting you soon in our next episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.